I got my bro Malik on here, man. You just gonna chop it up for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? She's talking about some don't play. Y'all don't want me to retire. Hey, man, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. Nah, but we gonna chop it up, man, and discuss a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? I really wanted to do this live to kind of just talk about, just our journeys and just like, talk about some of my 2023 and like, what I learned and different stuff like that, kind of what's the future going forward. I haven't done a live in a minute, I haven't really talked in a minute, so I felt like, it was time to, to do something, but.
Word. Hold on. I'm trying to get the comments off my screen.
Are you good?
All right. All right, there we go.
But, yeah, man, so I would say, I guess starting off for me, this year has been it's been a very pivotal year, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I've kind of been through a lot of experiences. I've been through some things that I thought I'd never go through, but I'm still here. I feel like this year has given me a lot of clarity on stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I kind of been figuring out who I am a lot more and just kind of seeing like, okay, how do I want my life to kind of play out? You know what I'm saying? And I kind of started to realize like maybe the things that I thought I wanted, I necessarily didn't want. Well, I may not want it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like this year gave me more of a bigger mindset. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like the things that I wanted were too small. Like, I was thinking too small. Like, oh, I just want this. Or, oh, I just want this little thing. But now, even though the world, I feel like the way the state of the world is like it wants you to think small. It wants you to kind of be in panic. It's like I'm thinking big. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
I'm thinking a lot bigger than what I was. I was very limited on myself. Like, oh, I just want to be this little person that does X, Y, and Z. But
yeah,
now I'm kind of leading more into other things myself. And as far as this year goes, it's weird because I kind of feel like my year is just starting because today's my birthday. But then at the same time, the year is almost over. Mm-hmm. But I would say this year has been a lot of challenges, but it's those challenges, the challenges that I faced is something I'll look back on in like 5 years. Like, oh yeah, I needed them challenges to push me to, where I'm trying to go or who I'm trying to be. So this is one of them years that's like, it's ass right now because of the challenges and stuff, but I'll look back on years from now and be like, oh yeah, this is what's up. So that's what kind of like this year has been, but it's come with a lot of growth. So when you're going through a lot of challenges, stuff like that, you're going through a lot of hardships, that's probably just like things that are forcing you into growth, things that are forcing you into trying something new. Sometimes, we try to be stuck in our ways or try to be stuck in doing the same patterns and just getting the same results and stuff. And sometimes when you want a new experience and you're not trying to go out there and do it, life might just force you to have a whole bunch of new experiences, just force you to not be in your comfort zone no more. So I kind of feel like that's what this year has been like for me.
Word. Nah, that's real. That's real. That's very relatable. I like what you said at the end about how if you don't make a move, like sometimes like the universe in a way, it won't necessarily make you move, but like your circumstances may get to the point where it's like, if you don't do something, then something will happen.
Right.
So where you have to make you got to make a different choice. And to be honest, like that's kind of been me. Like I kind of realized, like you said, like thinking small, like in my head, I was like, man, what do you really want out of life? Like on my birthday time, I realized I was kind of thinking about, I feel like every birthday I kind of start thinking like, okay, what did we do with this past year? And do you want this next year to be like the last year,
Right.
And I kind of started thinking about that like in June. I was like, yeah, bro, I want to switch it up a little bit, man. Like that's why I like jokingly I put the I'm retiring thing. I kind of put that out there really just to get people's attention, but at the same time, like I really had some moments where I really felt like quitting on this culinary shit and just kind of being done with it because it was just moments where like I felt frustrated or I felt like certain things wasn't working out or I felt like, I just wanted to go a different path. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like even when that day, I forgot what day it was, you had commented on my TikTok about me starting a podcast and shit. And I was like, yeah, man, like I need to start tapping into my other areas of skill and stuff like that. Like culinary shit is great. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of myself. I really mastered the skill, but at the same time, it's like, I know my potential is a little bit more further than that, you know? It's like with Ye when he was doing music. Like he always knew he wanted to get into fashion and have a clothing line, and all the shit he done did. Man, ran for
Right,
president. Like you probably would have never guessed that he would do that shit 20 years ago. But
right.
in his
Even
mind, he
even being
knew
a
it.
rapper.
Even being a rapper, because he was only a
Right.
producer first. So it's like people didn't even see him as a rapper. They was like, nah, you're just beats, do the beats, do the beats, do the beats. And I feel like I'm kind of entering. I'm not trying to compare myself to him, but I can kind of see in my head how it's like, all right, yeah, you mastered this one area. Now let's start pivoting into other areas. You know what I'm saying? Not
Mm.
saying that I'm gonna completely hang that shit up. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna just never ever cook again. Hell nah. Like, I'm gonna still, because I love that shit. I'm gonna still do it.
Right.
But
You
I think,
always,
yeah, it's more so like a change of priorities. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
I feel the same way because, and one thing I realized was, not only was I holding myself back, but I was kind of staying in a box to protect myself.
Yes.
Because if I
Your
could,
ego wants to protect itself.
right. So if I could, let's say just be a consultant, because for a while I didn't really have a title. I just considered myself a student of
Yeah.
life. Like, yeah, I offered astrology consultations, spiritual consultation, whatever. But I was like offering that, so I was like, so I could offer something. But it was like I didn't really want to be doing that as well. I was kind of just a student of life at the moment. Like if you wanted to say what I was doing,
Sure.
and I just needed to learn things. And I feel like it was like, yo, I was so limited. I'm like, yo, is all you want to do is be like a tarot reader? Is all you want to do is be like an astrologer? Like, yo, you could do that and you could do this. And I'm like, I started getting back into cars recently. I started getting back into like fashion. I started getting back to certain things that I like. And I'm like, damn, now I kind of want to be big in these worlds. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't want to just be it's like, yeah, I still know let's say my destiny or whatever is to be like a teacher and to help people and stuff. But it's like just like with being a chef, it's like that's not all I want to do. And it's like now I want to do it in different ways. You know, I don't want to just I've made like almost 160 YouTube videos
Right.
that are like self-help videos or like videos to change your reality or to like, improve your mind. But now I'm like, man, I want to do like 200 videos or some other shit. You know what I'm saying? I might want
Yeah,
to travel.
man.
I might want to make 200 car videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, so,
It's You have a body of work that represents what you did for all of that already.
right. So
So you
now
don't
I'm
feel
like,
that you don't feel that same level of, I don't even want to say pressure, but I get what you're saying, bro. It's like you kind of like mastered that already. So it's
right.
like,
So it's
all
like,
right, so
now what's
let's move
next?
on to the next thing
Yeah.
that we can master.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. Like, now what's next? And it's like, another, it just made me realize how limited my thinking was. And it's so crazy to think that now, like I said, when the world is like supposed to be in chaos, because like when I was running my juice bar, which the world wasn't much better, but that's before inflation was
Was
crazy and
this
stuff
before
like that.
COVID or was it after
That
COVID?
was like during, right before, and like during. But my mind during those times, I was still trying to be like a photographer, videographer.
I remember
But
you
that,
said that last time
yeah,
we spoke.
yeah, but that wasn't really in alignment. Like like a lot of times I would try to do like a photo shoot or something, my
Yeah.
lens would break, or like I would have a hassle with them trying to pay me or something. And now I have a positive mind, so I look at it as like it's just not something I was supposed to be doing at the time. So it's like a lot of times when you feel like you get sabotaged or something,
Yeah.
or you trying to do something, it's like it just might not be in alignment at the time. At that time, I was supposed to be, let's say, studying. So now I'm at a time where I done studied and I'm ready to graduate. So now I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm ready to pick my camera back up. Now I'm ready to do stuff like that. But at that time, I was just trying to be a photographer, trying to do certain things, and my mind was still limited. Like I wasn't saying like, oh, I'm gonna be a photographer, and I would be like one of the biggest niggas out here, and I would be getting deals with Canon and stuff like that. That's how I
Yeah.
should have been thinking.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, oh, if I could open up a little photo studio and I could be making like, 3,000-4,000 a month, I could pay my bills, I could have some savings. Like I was just thinking normal. And over from that time to like now,
Yeah.
what's changed is like I don't think like that no more. Now I'm like, if I'm being a photographer, I'm trying to get invited to the Canon shit. Like when I'll be playing 2K, I want to be at the community day. Like I'm trying to be one of those niggas. I
Facts.
don't
You
see
gotta.
myself
That's
as just one
facts.
of the regular niggas no more. I'm like, I'm trying to be one of,
One
like, yo,
of
that's
the
Malik.
top
Yeah,
of the
you know what I'm
top.
saying? Like, yeah, that's Malik. So,
When people hear your name, they like, yeah, he one of the top. You know what I'm saying? That was
right,
my same exact perspective that I realized. Like I was watching the J. Cole had an interview with, I forgot that guy's name from ESPN. J. Cole had an interview like not too long ago, and he was saying the same shit. See yourself at your highest version. Like I remember one time he was talking to, I think it was Marshawn Lynch. He running back. He used to be a running back, and he was saying how like some niggas think, okay, let me just get to the league. Some niggas think,
right,
oh, I want to be a star. Some niggas think I want to be a Hall of Famer. There's levels to that shit.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, however high you see yourself going is where you're gonna go, and that's why I really appreciate you saying like I was thinking small, because even in a way too, I was kind of thinking small, and I was like, like okay, I just want to like I want to just cook some shit, sell some shit, But then I
Right,
was like,
yeah,
nah, bro,
like,
you could do
to try to
bigger
make money.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like people telling me like, yo, you could have a restaurant, you could do a food truck and stuff like that, and those are still some ideas that I've had in my head, stashed away, like more in the long term thing. But that's real. Like you're gonna go as far as you think you can go. You know what I'm saying? Like don't limit yourself to just, oh, I want to just make X amount of dollars. Because I was researching something the other day, man. Like what's that guy named? Guy Fieri charges like $100,000 to do a private dining
That's
just
what,
off the strength of his name.
but that's what, like,
But Guy Fieri has done a lot of great shit in the culinary
right.
world.
But
But I'm
it
just
just
like,
makes you
yo,
think.
it just
It
makes you
makes you
think
think,
like,
like, yo, okay, I'm not
damn,
Guy Fieri, but
right.
maybe I'm Lonnie, so I could be charging $5,000. But then I
Exactly.
could be charging like you know what I'm saying? It's like, but you might have never thought that way before. And that's what I like. My mentor, he only cuts, and I'm so fortunate for him to be my mentor.
Yeah.
He don't really only cuts like 6-figure people. And when you listen to them, like I just be a fly on the
Yeah.
wall. When I'm listening to them, I'm like, first of all, a lot of people still live paycheck to paycheck, but it's just a bigger
Yep.
paycheck. It's like
That's true.
same way you could be in your house with ramen noodles and stuff. They in
Right.
their house, but it just happens to be like a 7 Series BMW. But they live in, like, if they don't get this next deal or something, they might be on the street too. But it just happens to be that their house is a big house. But
Right. So
and
you wouldn't think like, oh
right,
damn,
so
that
you wouldn't
person
think
is
like you
right.
know what I'm saying. But and their version of broke is like, damn man, my last car was a 7 Series, and now I got to get a 5 Series. Like shit has been
Right.
hard. Like you know, like you listen
You
to
know what I'm
someone
saying?
like
Like the average person wouldn't think that's a downgrade. They'd be
you
like,
know I'm
damn,
right.
you in a 5 Series, like
You
you good.
you listening to somebody is like, man, they've been
Yeah.
fighting me downtown. I've just put in my $12 million bid on this hospital, and they fighting me on it. Somebody trying to bid 14 million. Now I got to bid 15. I'm listening to this shit like, damn, this nigga talking
Wow.
about 15 million, like it's
15
some
million, like
monopoly
it's
money. You know what I'm
15
saying?
million, like it's 15 bands.
Right. Like, and I'm like, damn, I'm like, the money is out there just for you to connect with it. It really made
That's
me
so
start
real.
showing me that too. And I'm like, all of it, I feel like it's just to help me change my perspective.
Word. No, I
Because
definitely agree with that.
before
Damn.
it was just hustling and getting to that next dollar and stuff. But
Nah.
now it's like doing bigger shit. You know what I'm saying?
I
Being a
was
part of
just, I
bigger
was
shit.
just, I've been realizing that same exact thing what you just said, bro. Like, I saw a TikTok earlier. This girl was like that. She was like, this next level, it's about ease. Like, it's not about working hard and hustling and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because I kind of was in that mindset for a while, even this year. I'm like just trying to hustle, just trying to do what I got to do. But I'm like, bro, you got to think smarter, and you got to make long-term decisions
Right.
and have bigger plays set up. You get what I'm saying? So you don't have to be hustling and working and grinding so hard. That's how you get burnt out. I ain't gonna cap. I got burnt out a couple of times this year. Cause I'm just like, I'm just trying to do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're on your own and shit. It's like, bro, ain't nobody coming to save you and shit. You
Nah.
gotta figure that shit out.
Right. Every day.
Who is gonna step in and do it?
Right.
Nobody. So it's like you gotta do what you gotta do. But it's like I don't want to have to be in that do what I gotta do mindset no more. I want to think bigger and shit. I want to make it easier for myself so I can actually enjoy it. Because I think that's one of the main reasons too, like where I thought about kind of giving up or retiring, from the chef thing is because it just felt like it was so much work.
It's not fun no more.
It's not as in fun. And it's like, I know people say like that's one of the things that comes with turning your quote unquote passion or hobby into like a career, is like it kind of takes the enjoyment out of it. And I don't necessarily think that you won't enjoy it the same, but it is a difference, because now it's like every move matters. You can't kind of like be messing up. You know what I'm saying? The room for error is a lot smaller compared to like when you're doing it as a hobby. It's like, okay, I burnt that. I'm good. I could just make another one.
Right.
If I burn that shit, now I gotta go to Publix. Now I gotta go back to Whole Foods. I gotta buy this. I gotta do it over. You get what I'm saying? It gotta be on point. Like you can't. The room for error is not as high anymore. Like everything has to be a certain standard. So I feel like that kind of stressed me a bit too. But I think all of it was still good lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like even us coming to this point now, because now I'm realizing like, okay, bet. How do you want to end this 2023? You know what I'm saying? How do you want to end these 3 months going forward to set us up for 2024? So that way it's not like 2023 was, you know what I'm saying? You kind of got to shift how you thinking.
The way I always think about it was like anything that I don't really like doing now, that's like the Malik that exists in this reality. So it's like this is all about learning about yourself. So I know a little bit. I'm naturally closed off. One, you know, just being a nigga from the hood, you grow up with your experiences, whatever, make you cold. Yeah. And then two, I know a lot of people tell me their problems. So it's like,
same.
Subconsciously, I know I make myself a little bit more mean, so I don't have to hear about someone's deepest, darkest secret like 20 seconds into knowing them. So I know I make myself a little more mean but I'm supposed to. I'm like, I start to analyze myself and who I am right now. Like, okay, and I start to be like, in order for me, the first thing, if anybody's watching, I would say, if you're trying to make a big shift that you like, I don't got no money, I don't got no this, I don't got no that, I don't got no sponsor, like whatever you trying to do, but you trying to make a big shift, is to do what I'm saying right now. I start to look at how I am, right? How people say how they perceive all of that, and be like, in order for me to jump into like some different reality, all of that will have to be different. So before I didn't like having people around and stuff. Now I'm like, damn, I think I want to be the dude who hosts the cookouts.
Got to be more social,
right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, before I didn't like X, Y, and Z. It's like, damn, now I want to be this, and that. And aside from just like changing behavior, this also changes your thinking.
Yeah, that's true.
Then that changes your actions, and then that's how your reality changes. So if you in a place somewhere you like stuck and you like, yo, I don't know, it's like you probably just have to do some shit that's way different, because the person who throws the parties and the person who's closed off has a completely different reality. The person who's like, you know, all I do is this versus all I do, like, you know, being more open to do other stuff, is going to have different experiences. So just start with them self changes. You know, a lot of times we think self changes are just like, you know, oh, you know, I was depressed and then I started feeling better and stuff. But sometimes it could just be the little things in your behavior to help push you to like a better, more self-serving reality. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about now, like on that reflection, like, okay, even if it's not 100% negative, because there's nothing wrong with being like, okay, I don't want to be in everybody's face and something like that, or I don't want to be necessarily the most social person, you know, introverts are a thing. But if I want a different reality, a different experience, then, you know what I'm saying, then like, why wouldn't I try it? Why wouldn't I want to do something different to see what it's going to be like? If I've spent so much time being this way, you know, maybe I got to try it this way, see. So that's kind of where I'm at with it right now, like doing a big self-assessment and being like, all right, so where do I want to go from here type shit.
Right. Damn. I needed to hear a lot of that. That's valid. Damn. It's you know, I've really been learning a lot about like self-concept and like your identity. It's like how you look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? I realized that plays a big part into what you just said. Like the more I change my self-concept and how I look at myself, the more I see like, okay, the old Lonnie from 2, 3, 4 years ago used to move like this. Because sometimes I even like to do that shit too. I study myself. Like I like to go through my archives, even if it's like my photos, you know, like in your camera roll, it shows you the years and shit. Yeah. Bro, I be studying the hell out of that shit. I'd be like, okay, what was I doing in 2020 Like, that's like one of my inside jokes. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to be better than Lonnie in 2020. Because in 2020, I felt like I was killing it. I was at a really great space. I'm like, what was we doing in 2020? How was we thinking in 2020? But sometimes I'll go look at my camera roll from 2020 and just look at what I was doing and how I was thinking. I'm like, okay, see, some of those things you could pull out of there and apply it to what you're doing now. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
it's like, I realized sometimes too, like, okay, I kind of picked up certain habits. Like, for example, I stopped smoking for like 2 months. And I realized like I was kind of smoking a lot because I was kind of running away from certain shit. I was trying to
mm,
escape certain shit. Cut the weed out. I've been locked in. I'm like, see, you needed that shit. Like, not to say that the weed was making me unfocused, but I needed to deal with the shit that I needed to deal with that was keeping me always feeling like, damn, I gotta roll up. I gotta roll up. You know what I'm saying? I might eventually get back to smoking again, maybe. But I'm like, for the time being, I need to lock in. So
I know.
when I
I
was the
know.
most focused, I wasn't really smoking that much. So I'm like, there's a pattern right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, it's those little things sometimes that kind of change the trajectory. Mm.
It's even yeah, it's even hearing you say that, like that just made me think like, damn, what was I doing back then too? I know, but I know I can't go back to the old me. But
Right.
it's like if I have
But
good
you could
character,
learn certain
yes.
things.
If I have
Hmm.
good, like if I was like, yo, the 2020 Malik was a lot more carefree, and then and I don't know what I would have to keep asking myself until I'm ready to tell myself, but I don't know what event happened that made me become more like closed off
Yeah.
again. Because I wasn't always the most sociable and shit. It was
Yeah.
really like pick and choose. Like if I'm around my friends, they might say, "Yo, that nigga's always joking and stuff."
Yeah.
But if it was a
Because
stranger,
you more comfortable with that.
right? If it was a stranger, they might be like, "Yo, that nigga
Don't be
looks mean as
saying
hell.
nothing.
He looked like he's
To be
about to
honest,
rob somebody." Like,
you kind of have a more like
right.
standoffish vibe. Like for me, I think I'm the opposite. People look at me and they be wanting to talk, tell me their whole story. I'm like, why do I look like an approachable person? I be trying to do the opposite. I be trying to be like you. I be trying to like mean mug. I'm like, that's just not.
It don't
I'm
always
just a smiling
work because
ass.
I
It
feel
don't
like
be working, bro.
people could see right past the sense of your
It
spirit
don't
and
be
be like,
working. They be like,
yeah,
nah, he just a socialized, you know what I'm saying, talkative person. But I kind of relate to that though because I feel like I kind of went through the opposite. I was super open and social for a lot, but then I started getting more closed off because I kind of went through certain experiences, and I'm like, I'm about to be on my dolo shit. I ain't fucking with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I cut certain people off. I'm like, I'm finna just focus on me. And I was kind of in this like isolation phase for like a minute, like at least probably 4 or 5 months. So now I'm kind of coming out of that, getting back in my social. Like I wasn't going live. I wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really like being as interactive or even just in real life. I wasn't really going to too many events and shit. I was just kind of staying to myself. But now I'm like, nah, bro, you need to get back out your shell. Like, get out of that cocoon. Go back to being like more social and like, you know what I'm saying? Like I realized that kind of helped me a lot in my life, just in general, not even from like a goal success point of view, but just like I felt better. You know what I'm saying? When I was always so isolated, I'm like, damn, bro, like I kind of miss being around people, even though people be draining. But you know what I'm saying?
now I feel that. My isolation period is probably like 2 years, but I feel that way too. But it's so weird because it's like right before I had this isolation period,
Yeah,
I was having events and I was like bringing people together and like random people. Like I would meet a lot of people from offline and turn them into real life friends.
same.
And I would bring random people together and then they will come become friends or something. You know what I'm saying? So I would
Hmm.
just
It's
so
like you like
even
a
looking back at that,
bridge
right?
connecting
So I'm
people.
like, what made me change so much to be like, all right, well, now I don't even want to go outside, be around people, even be around the people that I'm cool with. Like the farthest I could take it is being on the Xbox. But like other than that,
Yeah.
it would be like just too much for me. It's like the only thing I would just be in the house and I would just be with all my books and all my knowledge and that's it.
Also,
It's like if
in
it's
monk
not
mode.
yeah, like if it's not another book, if it's not another lecture, it's like I almost had no interest in it. I had, but what it was I'm like realizing this in real time. It's like
Yeah.
it's another escape. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's like instead of being the weed head which I already am, or the drunk or something. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, if I read 10 books about the 7th century, I could be right back to the 7th century. I don't got to be dealing with the shit going on right now.
Right.
If I watch this lecture right
It,
now,
but
it's
that's
like,
low key like healthy. That's like healthy escapism. Like, nigga, that's good actually. I need to get back on my reading and shit. But I mean, it's
I,
levels to this shit.
I would say it's only bad because it's taken away from the other parts of
Yeah,
my life.
yeah,
So,
that's true too.
so it's like, all
Cause
right, how
you look back and you like you kind of wish that you had more experiences. Like
right? So it's
I
like
spent a lot of
it's
time by myself. Like, damn, I could have been out, doing this or
it,
going
it,
places. Yeah,
exactly. And when experiences, when things would come up, I would literally turn them away. It's like just books, just reading. And the only thing I would kind of step out of that to do is, like I said, is like to play the game with my friends. But even when I'm doing that, I would be on the game and like listening to something, trying to like reprogram myself. So it's like I might have been in like monk mode, and I was like, now I'm coming out. Now I'm like, let's party. Like,
yeah,
you know
we're
what I'm saying?
party
It's
at
like
for
it's kind of
real.
like, yo, let's party.
Let's turn up,
Where
man.
the bottles at? Where is everything? It's like, let's have a good time.
Facts. Nah, it's balance, bro. I think that's what I realized. I have I have my moments where I'm in monk mode, I'm locked in, tunnel vision, and then I have my times where I'm like, all right, I want to be social, I want to be, the socialite nigga, I want to be everywhere. I feel like the world try to make us feel like we got to pick one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like naturally I'm more on the extroverted side, but I am also very much to myself at the same time. Like, I'm very social, but not too many people really know me on a one-on-one type of level. And sometimes people be surprised and they be like, damn, you so quiet or you don't really be talking that much. I'm like, because I'm not necessarily always in that space. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily always in that mood. But I do feel like it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the time, you might have to pick when you need to be in certain modes. But you know what I'm saying? It's just a balance for real.
Yeah, it's it's definitely a balance. But now, like, I'm about to be like my one of my goals is I'm speak this into existence is like people gonna be coming and traveling and where they are, like leaving where they are to come to DC to come party with me. And
Right.
that's going to be one of my goals. Like, even if it's just, it don't got to be big, 500 people, big like P Diddy party,
Word.
but that's what it's going to be like.
I gotta
They
slide.
gonna come,
I gotta slide to
yeah, they gonna
DC,
come
man.
and leave wherever they at to come party.
I
And
gotta slide. I've been to DC
and
one time, man.
yeah, it's a great place, man. Chocolate City. That's what's gonna happen.
Word.
And I'm gonna put that out there. I'm still coming to Miami.
So
I'm still gonna be I'm still gonna be traveling everywhere. So I'm still coming to Miami. I'm still gonna have you if you're still a chef then. If not, I might just have to order food.
look,
But
now
if
people
you
now people
are,
gonna be saying if you still a
yeah.
chef.
If
Oh
you're still a
my
chef, I'll
god.
still order some food.
Nah, I'm gonna still be doing my thing, man. I'm really talking shit. People gotta understand this about me. Like, okay, I feel like I can kind of be confusing sometimes, because sometimes when I'm joking, like I might say it in a very dead ass way, like I'm serious as fuck. But sometimes when I'm serious, it might come off like I'm joking. So like I feel like the retiring thing is kind of like more on the joking side. Like I know I'm gonna still be doing what I gotta do, but I'm just saying like in a way of like pivoting. I know I'm gonna be starting other projects, so the chef thing is not gonna be the only thing I'm doing.
Hmm.
But definitely, it's still gonna be a part of my career, my income streams, because I ain't giving that up. I ain't giving up that bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna give that up that easily. Nah, if I hit the lotto or some shit, then y'all know what happened. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gone. We don't see that man no more. Hey, man, I'm off the grid. But, but nah, for real. Nah, I'm definitely gonna still gonna be saucing up. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta hit a DC too. You know what I'm saying? I've been to DC once. It was nice when I went. I liked it. So I would like to see how it is now. You know what I'm saying? That was like 2012 when I went to DC.
Hmm.
So I know it had changed a lot since then.
Yeah, not a lot of gentrified, but that's
You
everywhere.
know what
So
they said? Somebody had told me that DC is like Atlanta, but it's more preppy. Like it's more
yes, yeah,
I don't know how to describe it. What's the word I'm looking for? But they say DC is like Atlanta. Like it's very similar. I've heard people
Yeah,
tell me that.
it is. Maryland. Well, all right. So when I say DC personally, I'll be like, I'm including PG County.
Yeah,
Uh, but DC and PG, because they're like close cousins. They like, when you cousins that look like they brothers, they're like
yeah,
close cousins. They right across the street from each other. And then Virginia is like Carlton to Will.
word.
Like Virginia's a lot more preppy. Like
I've
Will,
been to. I went
yeah.
to. Damn, it wasn't Virginia, but I've been to West Virginia. West Virginia
Oh,
was actually nice.
it's
You
pretty
got the
country
mountains and
out
shit.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very country, but I haven't really been on that side like too much.
D-
So that's somewhere I need to tap in
DC
with.
and PG definitely like Atlanta in a lot of ways.
Mm,
Black people with money, black people doing things, nothing
facts. A
but
lot of
yeah,
entrepreneurs and stuff. I heard.
nothing but black people. Where it's like, damn, like just black people, black people, black people. Like, yeah, it's definitely feels a lot. I would say it feel like Atlanta.
Damn. Yeah, yeah, I got to slide because Atlanta popping. I was low key thinking about um visiting Atlanta soon too. I miss Atlanta, but I kind of don't miss it. I kind of feel like Atlanta not the same. Like it changed in a lot of ways, but they making it too commercial. Like they trying to make that shit like LA, New York type shit.
Hmm.
It's getting too commercialized and gentrified, and it's different. I don't know how often you've been to Atlanta, but it's different. Like 2020 Atlanta and how it is now. Like 2020 before and then after 2020, it's like two different cities.
Hmm.
Like even when I went back in April, I was like, damn, bro, this shit crazy. Like it's a lot of great like business and shit happening. Like it's a bunch of great vegan restaurants out there and shit that it popped up. But I'm like, damn, Atlanta not really how it used to be. Like all these people that's not even from Atlanta coming out here, like moving and shit. It's a whole different vibe. But
Hmm.
every city go through that, you know what I'm saying? But I still feel like Atlanta is still home though. Like Miami is cool, but Atlanta always gonna be home. Like nah, ain't nothing touching Atlanta.
I wonder how I feel moving back. Like if I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm home now, or if I'll be
Nah,
like,
I
to
don't
be
think I
back
would
in
want to move
Connecticut.
back.
Huh?
I don't think I would want to move back home. I would visit and have fun, but moving back, it just feel like it's nowhere near the growth.
Hmm.
I kind of seen it already. It kind of I don't like taking backward steps. I feel like if I
Hmm.
already mastered something or I already kind of seen what it's about, it's like all right,
Want to do some
let's move on.
different shit.
Let's do something else. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on to the next thing. So yeah, I mean, but you know, I thought about it low key. I was like, damn, I could slide back to the A. You know what I'm saying? That'd be fun. But yeah, man. But I guess to kind of wrap this on up, you know what I'm saying? 2023 has been a really good year overall. You know what I'm saying? A lot of lessons learned, a lot of new things, a lot of new beginnings. You know what I'm saying? A lot of chances. For the people that's watching, you know, I'm not retiring 100%. We still gonna be doing our thing, but I'm definitely am gonna be pivoting into other projects, as you know, you guys will see coming forward. So you know, I appreciate Malik hopping on. You know what I'm saying? Definitely excited to see what you got going too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'm still gonna be making videos. Now I'm gonna be probably doing more like lectures. So it's not gonna be as easily digestible,
yeah,
but it's definitely gonna be new information. So it's like, well, it's kind of hard to bring new information, but it's not just like, okay, here's another video about tarot. Here's
right.
another video about, because I tried to make as many. I know a lot of people have more and more interest. So when I was making my videos, I was making it for the person who just kind of wakes up one day and is like, you know what? Maybe this
Yeah, it's
crystal isn't so
like
evil.
that beginner
Yeah,
stage.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what I did. I made so many videos like that. Now I'm like, I kind of want to go into
break it up.
lectures, and then I want to go into some. That's why I have solutions in my bio, because I like to consider myself a solutionist. So I'll probably just be like a solutionist every day. Like, oh, just sharing things that have helped me on my journey
Word.
to hopefully help other people. And that's kind of where I'm at now, like being a reflections of the things that I'm teaching about. Like, so now I'm about to, make some big steps in life, just to show people like, oh, it's possible. You don't just read all these books and shit. You don't just, it's like, nah, you really do some shit and make some shit happen. It's 100% possible. So now I'm kind of being more of a reflection of my teachings as I go back into other things. Like now I could go be that photographer and my lens won't break when it's time to do a photo shoot, or
Facts.
like, you know what I'm saying? It's like now, well, I could actually do it for fun. It won't be like something I gotta get $100 from this. I got, like, you know what I'm saying? Now I could go do other things, because one of my goals is just so random. It's like I want to be a top 2K player. Like I just want people to know my
2K24
name when
just
I
came out.
play. Yeah, because I can't play basketball in real life due to my knee injury. So it's the
Word.
closest
The
I could
closest
get to being like,
thing.
yeah, to like, oh, that nigga's nice. So,
Word.
and it's just a random goal. You know what I'm saying? It's like before I wouldn't even have little goals like that. I have other little random goals. Like, oh, I want to travel to every island in the Caribbean. I want to, but it's like it's a challenge for myself just to see if I could do it. Even if I'm not the
Facts.
nicest, just
And
make my name ring
those
bells.
are good. Those are
Right.
good because it's like it's like enjoyable goals. I realize I need to start having more shit like that too.
Exactly.
Because it
Not
takes the
everything got to
pressure
be
off of yourself.
buying a house.
Exactly. It takes the pressure off yourself from feeling like, okay, I gotta take this shit the furthest I can. It's like, yo, some shit you could just do because you enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And if you actually end up taking it to a higher level, even possible, then that's great. That's the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, you doing that shit because you know, like, yo, I just want to do this shit. I just want to see if I could do it. You know, that's
Facts.
crazy. I haven't had a system in a minute. Bro. I haven't played video games like consistently since like 2020. Like, I played 2K. At one of my like side hustles, they had the 2K joint. They had the PS5 and shit, and I was playing it. That shit is nice. I was like, yo, I haven't played 2K in that long. I wasn't trash, but I was like decent. But I was like, damn, I need to get me a system and get back on. So,
That's
uh,
that's definitely one of my inner child things. 'Cause when I was
yeah,
when
because
I
when
was
I
a
was a
kid,
kid, bro, I was a gamer. I love that shit. I love that
I
shit.
liked video games and stuff, but my friends was never on that type of time. Like they were just in the streets. So it was
Yeah,
like when I can be on the headset with the game, it's like I'm talking to my friends. I never got to do that as a kid
word,
because my kids was just like when I was a kid, it's like it wasn't shooting Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? It's like that was like I gotta be outside. I gotta be outside. So it's like I spent so much
word,
time outside that sometimes I like being inside. Like, you
word.
know what I'm saying? Like
Nah, I feel
I
you.
kind of have the opposite effect of people. Like, I'm one of them kids who's like, it's like, what is that little, like, you know, almost like Riley. So it's like I'm always doing grown shit as a kid. So now I'm an adult. I'm trying to do that kid shit. Like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
feel
So
like I feel like my experience is more the opposite. I feel like I kind of grew up in a more, I don't want to say sheltered, but like I was in the suburbs and shit. So like my experience is completely different. Like we was inside. I mean, we was outside, but we wasn't outside doing,
yeah,
outside shit.
yeah,
We was outside hooping till like, the street light came on, 9 o'clock. We outside playing basketball, football, riding around the neighborhood on our bikes and shit. But we wasn't getting into no trouble type shit.
right.
You know what I'm saying? We was like just, and if niggas was on that, I wasn't on that shit because I knew like, nah, nigga, you need to be home by the street light or some shit gonna happen to you. So, you know what I'm saying? That kind of kept me like in line. But like as I got older, I kind of started venturing out, you know, experiencing different shit, and then I kind of realized like, yeah, I don't really care to be outside in the mix like that. That ain't really too much. That ain't too much my vibe. So I'd rather chill at the crib or do some shit. That's why I want to get back into that shit. Playing games and shit like that. Like,
It's just a nice little pastime from like, because I mean I don't do it. It's not an all day thing. It's really
yeah,
like my friends will get off of work and they'll be on a certain time. Is like that's really where I get that camaraderie and shit.
yeah,
Like and that
man.
and
It ain't nothing
yeah,
like gaming with the bros, man.
yeah,
Like that
exactly.
shit be
So it's
relaxing
a
as hell, bro. Y'all just
exactly.
be
So it's
talking
like
shit. Hell
it's a
yeah.
nice little inner child thing for me that I definitely keep going. Like,
Word.
but as I still set my I'm setting my sights higher on other things I want to do and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Shit is always going to be important to me.
Word.
I feel like because it's just I know a lot of adults they be like that's some childish
But they
shit or
be
something, but
demonizing the hell
every
out of video games. I'm
everybody
like, bro, it's a
that's
game, bro. Niggas is
what
getting paid
it'd be
millions
crazy.
on
It's like
Twitch.
everybody has their thing. It's
Everybody
like that's why
got
I
their
don't judge
thing.
people. Everybody got their thing. It's no
Some
different from binge watching. It's no different from scrolling on your phone. Like you're
It
not
ain't
better
it
than
ain't different
anybody,
from going
but
to a cigar lounge
right, you know
or
what
whatever.
I'm
Everybody got
saying? It's
their thing.
like
Some people do
everybody just has
hookah.
their thing.
Everybody got their own different thing.
So
Facts.
it just it is yeah. Everybody got their thing. That's just one of my things. I also like I just wasn't, and we also was in the pandemic for a couple of years, so it was really
Right.
hard to
Nobody. You
like
can't really
yeah.
go nowhere.
You're right. So it's like
For
I
real.
wasn't one of the people who was like masked up in the club. Like I was at home.
Hell nah. It's never that deep. Masked up in the club is crazy. Masked up in the club is crazy. Nah, that's crazy. Nah, man. It's good to have. It's an outlet thing. I feel like everybody just need an outlet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if you
That's
so
where I
locked
get
in,
my yelling off.
if you so locked in on just your career or that one specific thing so much, you kind of go insane a little bit because it's like your brain is only on that. What helped me with what helps my creativity a lot actually is taking breaks from shit that I like,
Mm,
or like taking breaks from like culinary shit, going out to eat, and doing regular fun shit. That shit gives me so much inspiration. So when I come back, I'm inspired to create. It's like artists that make music. You can't make music. You can't be in the studio 24/7 and expect to make great shit. Like I remember, who said that? Kendrick or Drake? One of them niggas said that shit. Like the best music comes from you living life and having experiences. Like
right. And
you gotta go
it,
live life and
it,
experience
it,
shit to have
it,
some shit to write about.
exactly.
How you gonna be in the studio writing and rapping? I mean, you can, but it's like it won't be as authentic and original and from the heart because it's like you're not going out experiencing those shit. Drake can't write them songs about love and being heartbroken and different shit like that without going through those experiences.
Right.
You could tell
And
somebody else's story, but it's not as authentic to
it,
you. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm like, now I want to teach from experiences. Now I'm gonna teach from more from experiences. Like, it's no more just intro stuff. It's like, all right, this was me sitting on the couch, not wanting to do nothing. This is me who just traveled to 10 Island. This is how I did it. This is the experiences I went to. This like,
Facts.
just thinking bigger, planning on doing bigger stuff, like that type of thing. So if I had to leave anybody, who might watch this in the future or replay this, because I was gonna ask you to send me
Oh
this so I could upload it
yeah,
too.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
send it.
If anybody, I would say like no matter where you are now or no matter what you're going through right now, trust me, because if I told you half the stories of things I've been through this year, you would be like, oh shit, or just in life in general. Everybody got
Man,
stories. So I'm just saying, if no
everybody
matter
got
what you got
a
or where you're
story.
going on right now, if you feel stuck, just start changing how you feel about yourself. Forget everybody else. Start changing how you feel about yourself and start changing, like how he was saying, that self concept. Look into that because everything will start to reflect how you feel about yourself. If
Mm-hmm.
you
How you perceive
you
yourself.
might be in a relationship and y'all arguing every day, and you stop having arguments within yourself, and then you and your partner stop arguing, and and I would just say to focus on that, like focus on changing yourself and thinking bigger and having bigger thoughts. Like if you just thinking right now, I need an apartment, think about getting a house, think about owning a house or something. And it's like don't think of like I feel like I don't know why people are so programmed to just be like thinking about all the negatives. You know what I'm saying? It's like every day you hear a story,
If you focus on the
right?
negative
That's all
or
you
worst case
gonna get.
scenario, that's all
Yeah,
you're gonna get.
every
That's all
day
you're
you
gonna
hear a
get.
story of somebody like, yo, my credit score was 580 and I don't know how I got approved and this is like I got this first timer thing. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what the scenario is,
Circumstances
yo,
don't matter.
exactly. Think big, think positive, and think highly of yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's the most
Facts.
important thing. And everybody else will start to reflect that. I don't know if you have any I would be down to do this again,
Nah,
if you
facts,
wanted
bro.
to
I'm really ready to rock and roll and get like more stuff like this
yeah.
going because I used to go live a lot like a couple years back. I used to be having conversations and it was like a little bit more formal. Like I would actually come up with a specific topic and then like I'll kind of promote it in advance and then people can hop on because I mean sometimes I like to do the spontaneous thing too, but I think when it's a little bit more planned in advance, then people get an opportunity to kind of like tune in and like share their thoughts and stuff. We could have people on and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm down, bro.
Yeah, I'm down
I'm
to
down.
do this again. I like speaking, like talking.
Thanks. Me too. I've been looking for people that like to talk. But I be feeling like I'm the only one in my circle that really like to
You gotta
conversate
find
and
you
you
gotta
know what I'm
find out the
saying?
Mercury people. It's a Mercury
Man, my
thing, yeah.
Mercury and Gemini, bro.
That's what
You
it
know we
is.
like
See,
to
my
you know we
Mercury is
like to
in
talk.
Virgo. Yeah. And I got a Virgo stellium, so it's like it's
Word.
just a talkative talk,
That's why I
or
be
just like to learn.
that's why I be tweeting so much. I be looking at my tweets like, bro, you tweet a fucking lot. You need to chill the hell out.
Nah, man, you
I
doing
be
your
like, bro,
thing.
why do I
Cause
have so many thoughts on different
nah,
shit? I be
but you
looking
doing
back.
your thing. Cause
I be
cause
like,
90%
oh,
of the people tweeting some robotic shit. So it's like at least you tweeting
you a
some
real
shit
person.
that's fresh from your mind. Yeah,
I'm not a bot.
right.
Hey, I just be sharing how I think and I go about my day.
I do the
But nah,
same
man.
thing. And I'm caring less and less more about what other people think.
Yeah,
And I
some
do the
people
same thing.
resonate with it. Some people resonate. Some people don't. It is what it is,
Right.
But nah, this was good though, man. I'm gonna definitely save this. Appreciate everybody that tuned in. Everybody that watched. This was good.
Shout out
We
to
gonna
that.
make sure this year is a good.
Shout out to that person that been here the whole time.
Oh yeah, I don't even know who that is,
Right.
but
Whoever you are, shout out to you.
shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, this is gonna be a good rest of the year, man. Until next time, we're gonna catch y'all.
Yeah. All right, man. Peace.
All right, bro. Enjoy your birthday.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm about to go enjoy the last 6 hours.
Sir. All right, man.